Hey everyone, it's Jax again from the Popcorn Review Podcast. Today's gonna be my episode 32, Raw After Money in the Bank. So this kind of started off with you know, a recap of Money in the Bank. It wasn't a great pay-per-view in my opinion, to be honest with you. Yes, we know Seth Rollins is the men's. We have Naomi as the women's. Lyra ended up losing her title. Dom kept his. Um, Surprisingly, we have R-Truth back, so they did listen to us to have R-Truth come back. So R-Truth did cost John Cena, Logan Paul the match. Having Jay and Cody Rhodes win it, they made Jay look really weak in that match to make him look like he wasn't 100% for Gunther. We'll get into that later. Cena does start off the night. You have Cena come to the ring talking about his dates and just starts counting them down again. Um, Long story short, you do have, he keeps talking about truth there. You do have a lot of stuff going on. CM Punk comes out, pretty much tells John Cena he wants to run it back from their feud from way back in the day. Um, he says he wants the shot, and Cena's like, "Yeah, you want it now?" Like typical heel, "You want it now?" No, we'll fight at Night of Champions. So that was announced for Night of Champions. During that segment, though, you did have like Seth Rollins come out with his group. We still don't know what they're calling themselves, so they did have Seth Rollins in the gang. He came out looking like Robert Downey Jr. when he presented himself as, Victor Von Doom, if anything, all green to match his little briefcase. So he did let John Cena and CM Punk know that he can cash in whenever he wants. Um, but it is what it is. They did go back and forth there. Seth interrupts, and you go from there. It's an okay segment. John Cena, not really feeling him as a heel. I know he's getting a lot of heat, but it is what it is at this point. You did have a match with AJ Styles and Chad Gable. Um, AJ says that he's never lost to Chad, and he's better off just wearing the mask if he wants to win. Honestly, AJ ends up winning this. Chad should probably keep the mask on. To be honest with you, he hasn't won anything since. But AJ does take that. You do have Roxanne and Liv talking in the back, pretty much saying, "Let the best woman win." Liv is like, "I plan to." And then it actually goes into the Money in the Bank qualifying match. You have Liv versus Roxanne versus Kyrie Sane and Rhea Ripley. I thought Rhea Ripley was going to win this, to be honest with you. But I did think there's going to be a lot of Roxanne and Liv kind of going at each other. They actually worked really well as a tag team. For a while, Rhea was go ahead and pretty much dominating the three women, ragdolling most of them. She is a lot stronger than them. Um, but everybody did a decent in this match, went against each other, did their thing. Um, you did have Raquel come in and kind of cost Rhea the match there. It's like everybody's doing it, just getting pulled out from underneath the ring. I mean, come up with something different, guys. Um, do something else. Like I think the last 3 weeks there's been a match where someone gets pulled out and gets attacked by someone else. Be original. Come up with something else. But Liv and Roxanne Perez there, they did actually, high fived each other and everything. They were doing really well as a tag team, really well. But again, only one winner can happen. So Rhea does the Riptide, Kairi Sane does the elbow drop, and Kairi Sane goes for the pin on Liv. Well, Perez was waiting on the outside, comes up, pushes Kairi Sane off of Liv, takes the pin. So Roxana Perez will be in the Money in the Bank qualifying match to move on to the next step. So Roxana did take the win there. Um, you did have a segment there with Nikki Bella just talking to all the girls in the back, Maxine Dupree, Natty. She even spoke to Io Sky for a little bit. Looked like she was coming to the ring, but that was later on, if anything. You did have a segment pretty much with Liv actually interrupts Nikki Bella saying like, "Hey, I'm the women's division. I'm the champ. If you want to do anything here, you got to go against me." And Nikki just goes pretty much, "Well, tell Perez that I said congratulations on taking your title shot, technically title shot, and possibly even your man." They got into it. But Nikki Bella did talk about the what's it called? Did talk about the upcoming Evolution match. That's the same day as All In. Me personally, I'm gonna watch All In and I'm gonna catch Evolution on Peacock the next day. That's just me. Y'all do what y'all want, but that's what I'm doing. I'm not missing All In. Yeah, we're talking about Raw, but I'm not missing All In. So, but it is what it is. They attacked each other. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a match at Evolution, but we'll see how it plays out, guys. You did have Becky pretty much come out boasting about boasting about herself, about her hot husband, her beautiful child. I got a lot of the Redeemer vibes from AEW when Rusev was over there. Oh, my flexible hot wife. I feel like Becky's kind of copying it and just saying my hot husband. My opinion. That's what I see and hear when she says that. It's almost as if Rusev is talking about his wife. She's just doing the same thing, talking about her husband. But she did call Lyra out saying, Lyra, you owe me an apology. You almost ripped my shoulder out and almost popped my shoulder out of the socket. You owe me an apology. Come out here and raise my hand. You did have Lyra comes out looking pissed as hell. Right before she gets in the ring, my girl Bailey finally has shown the fuck up. Comes in, goes after Becky Lynch there. Becky just runs scared. So I thought, Bailey was going to show up at Money in the Bank. But like I just mentioned in previous videos for the last few weeks, that Bailey was going to come back. More than likely, Bailey's going to win the IC title from Becky. Becky doesn't need it. Bailey was one of the first Grand Slam women's champions, so it makes sense for her to take it now and then possibly win the US and possibly retire after that, depending on how long she decides to stay. But my girl Bailey's back, or how Nia Jax likes to say, BBL Bailey. However you say it, I'm glad to see her back. You did have a strong and emotional segment there by R-Truth. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, we want truth, we got truth back. And he pretty much just jumped on top of the commentaries table and told everybody, don't let anybody make you feel like a less of a person. Everybody's wanted, everybody has a say, and because of you guys, I got brought back. Like I said, this was not a work. They fired or released R-Truth, Ron Killings, and they try to cover their ass to bring him back. Don't care what anybody says. Everyone online is saying it. Even R-Truth and his own son said this was not a work. And in this promo, he's telling you this was not a work. I was gone. Y'all brought me back. Thank you. He goes, but I'm not only back for you guys. I'm back for myself. So when he did mention something there that he's been here and that he's the truth, all truth and nothing but the truth. Y'all can't handle the truth. So R-Truth is back looking like a killer. Ended up cutting off his braids there. Really surprised, but he's gonna go for a bald look, I'm assuming. But R-Truth is back. Happy to see him, guys. We got Truth back, and I hope everybody's happy. You did have the men's qualifying men for the King of the Ring there. You had Penta versus Dom versus Braun versus Sammy. Now, Dom, once the match started, just like ran out scared. He don't want no part of these guys. Braun, like always, dominating the shit out of everybody, just doing his thing. For a moment there, you did have Braun just pretty much taking everybody out. Chanting Sammy Uso started hitting there. Braun hit the Frankensteiner. LA Knight actually attacks Braun because they cost him the match and Money in the Bank because they interfered. He's just getting his get back. Sammy actually pulls the win out. I know everybody's excited. Sammy's been trying to get a title shot. I thought that Sammy was going to turn on Jay. Looks like that's not going to be the case, honestly. Sammy might be going against Gunther or possibly going after Cena. So we'll see how that happens. I really think Sammy's going to go far in this tournament here. So happy for Sammy to win. Congratulations. Hopefully you can pull it off and be a world champion like you want. And check that off of your bucket list pretty much. I'm happy for you, Sammy. Now, the main fucking event. Yeah. So I will say, Jay versus Gunther for this Raw episode was way better than WrestleMania. This match was way better. They were both pulling out all the stops. They were both hitting each other's with each other's moves, both trying to go for the rear naked choke, both of them pulling off spears. Jay hitting multiple splashes, multiple super kicks, Gunther chopping the shit out of Jay. This match was way better than the WrestleMania match they had when Jay won. But did not expect Jay to lose to Gunther tonight or yesterday. Did not expect that to happen. I always knew that Jay was going to lose sometime this year. I thought it might have been at SummerSlam, maybe even in Saudi Arabia somewhere. Just did not expect Jay to lose this fast and that ugly. Um, Pretty much he lost the same way he beat Gunther, with a real naked choke in front of his son. Like, if I would have known that I was losing for the night, I would have told my son, like, yo, just sit in the back, just hang out. Like, I would feel like so bad for me and my son. Like, he came to see me and I lost tonight. That's my personal opinion. Jay, I hope you get another title run in the future. If not, you did a lot of fans happy, made a lot of fans proud. I'm happy that you got your opportunity, Jay Uso. Main event, Jay Uso. It sucks that you only had what, 3 title defenses: one against Logan, one against Seth, and one against Gunther. Now, I'm actually very shocked and surprised by this outcome. I honestly feel like because we got our truth back, they pretty much was like, go fuck your guys, go fuck yourselves, guys. Jay's no longer champion. That's how I feel. Don't know how everybody else feels. I know a lot of people weren't feeling Jay, but then again, you didn't let the man do his thing. Even in Money in the Bank, Logan Paul does the somersault flip onto the commentaries table. He's out and he's just laying in his own sweat in the corner, just out. Cody Rhodes take the win. So you had your world champion looking weak in the pay-per-view, did really well against Gunther, but then lost again. So it's like, even when he won, you didn't make him look strong. You made him look weak. Like I've been saying, they haven't been doing really well with Jay on that. I hope that there's a mystery person to be in the King of the Ring there. I hope Jay is possibly that mystery person. I know a lot of people online are saying Karrion Kross, which I'll be okay with. Honestly, I'll be okay if Karrion gets in there, but I feel like it should be Jay. He's going to be against a lot of strong opponents. I think it was Rusev, Braun, and Sheamus, or sorry, Bronson Reed. So the 3 of them, that's a lot of big dudes. If Jay gets in there, maybe Jay could run the table and challenge Gunther again, because the King of the Ring winner gets a title shot. So maybe, and to their perspective brands too. So if Jay wins, he would fight Wrestle Gunther. If somebody from SmackDown wins, they're going to wrestle Cena. So if Jay does pull this off, he can technically get a rematch against Gunther and maybe run it back and win and have a few more matches from there. I personally thought that Seth was going to be playing with Jay, because the whole story with Seth and Jay Uso was, just know that I'm coming for your title. And now he loses to Gunther, as if that story meant nothing. That story was nowhere. It would have been, so you saw Seth in the beginning of that episode come out and pretty much tell Cena, like, yo, watch your back. I'm coming for you. But he didn't do that to Jay. Even though he's been telling Jay for the last month, just know I'm taking your title. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter of, I'm sorry, it's not a matter of where, it's a matter of when. Like, when I'm going to take it from you. Just name the date. I'm going to take it from you. So they just pretend like that story didn't exist. Same thing they did with fucking R-Truth. Oh, they're not here. People started chanting, we want Truth. Boom, we got Truth back within a week. I really hope that he's the mystery person. Like I mentioned, Jay is the mystery person to be in that final spot. If not, Jay, thank you. It was a pleasure to see you on TV. Nice to see you as an IC champion. That was short. And then now the world title, I feel like that was short too. I was hoping you can last until SummerSlam. Hopefully, it's in the works. But if not, Jay, if not, at least you got an opportunity. A lot of guys don't. So Gunther won, so I'm gonna say no Yeet. But for Jay Uso, I'm just gonna say Yeet. I appreciate you, man, and hopefully you get another shot. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a great one.